and AIDS is a continuously evolving program planning and management. In this context, we are presently finalizing our National Strategic Plan for Malaria Elimination, which covers a time period of 2023 to 2027, and we will be launching this very soon. To sum up, let me draw your attention to three important issues that we consider require our top priority. The first, as I have said earlier, malaria should not be treated just as a public health issue. Malaria is a social challenge, it is economic challenge, it is political challenge. And since it is a multifaceted challenge, therefore this requires cooperation of all stakeholders. So active collaboration from ministries and departments will help us in achieving our target, which is the last mile elimination. The second thematic issue on which I would like to draw your attention to is that malaria elimination cannot be achieved and cannot be sustained in isolation by any one country alone. So therefore, cross-border collaboration becomes extremely important. In India, we are collaborating with our neighboring countries like Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, so on and so forth. But this should be a global focus. The third thematic issue on which I would like to draw your attention is that all the elimination, surveillance and awareness facilities need to be taken to the doorstep of the community. You cannot expect the community and families to come to health facilities. And that is where, as I said earlier, the Ayushman Bharat Health and Wellness Centers are playing a major part. So having drawn your attention to these three thematic areas, I hope that the deliberations today and tomorrow would be mutually productive and beneficial to all of us. I thank you for having given me this opportunity to share my thoughts with you. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your thoughts and taking us through the very impressive journey of India of malaria elimination and your constructive suggestions and recommendations. And ladies and gentlemen, we now invite the experience, the learnings, the thoughts and further achievements of our distinguished guest speakers in the fight against malaria in their respective countries. I would like to first request and invite Excellency Dr. Kulvik Tugumana, the Honorable Minister of Health, the Solomon Islands.
Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, greetings and well wishes to all distinguished guests present here today at this auspicious high-level regional meeting for malaria elimination. My sincerest acknowledgement to the Government of India and my colleague Dr. Mansukh Mandavia, Honorable Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare and Chemicals and Fertilizers, Government of India, for graciously hosting us for this meeting. May I also extend my greetings to fellow honorable ministers, donor partners, and also senior government officials of the countries attending this meeting. Distinguished delegates, at the 2018 London Malaria Summit, the then Prime Minister of Solomon Islands demonstrated political leadership and committed to the goal of malaria elimination by 2030. It played a critical role towards a higher level meeting of whole of government, whole of society, and developing partners to re-examine the path to malaria elimination for Solomon Islands. The principal outcome of that meeting was the Solomon Islands Roadmap for Malaria Elimination, which we committed the country to malaria elimination province by province, with a broad vision of achieving zero locally transmitted cases by 2030 and WHO certification 3 years later. Distinguished delegates, in October of 2022, Honorable Manasseh Sotovari, our current Prime Minister, joined with 22 other heads of government from the Asia-Pacific region to recommit to the goal of eliminating malaria across the region by 2030. I thank Asia-Pacific leaders, Malaria Alliance, for their continued advocacy efforts to ensure malaria elimination remain a high priority agenda amongst the heads of states of the region. Ladies and gentlemen, Solomon Islands had made good progress against malaria between 2000 and 2014, reducing by half the number of malaria cases. However, from 2015 onwards, there were year-on-year increases in reported cases. In the past 2 years, the country has seen an increase in malaria incidence by 8.4%. The Solomon Islands accounted for the second highest number of cases in the Western Pacific region, contributing 9% of the overall reported cases. The annual parasite incidence has increased by 11% over 3 years, and a tripling from 2015 baseline of API. Despite these increases in positive cases of malaria, the number of deaths reported as due to malaria remained low, with 9 deaths reported in 2021 and also 9 in 2022. The proportion of cases due to falciparum or mixed infectious P. vivax remains stable, with majority of cases attributed to P. vivax alone. However, for 2022, there are indications of an increase in falciparum cases. This is alarming considering falciparum is more often associated with severe disease and death than P. vivax. Distinguished delegates, malaria disease burdens vary widely between provinces and islands within provinces, and has been subject to change in recent years. Resurgence of malaria in some islands has been attributed to a number of factors, and to name a few, these include cessation of residual spraying in 2015, decline in funding for the malaria program, more rapid than expected decline in insecticide bioavailability in long-lasting insecticide nets distributed in 2015, and stock out of malaria commodities. In addition to these, persistent challenges including logistical support such as transportation, complex and burdensome financial management processes, and limited trained human resources in remote islands impinge on timely malaria and safe delivery and response. Distinguished guests, at our recent midterm review of the malaria program, it was highlighted that if health systems issues persist, especially commodity stockouts, financial constraints, and inappropriate human resourcing, malaria cases and deaths will increase, and it will not be possible to eliminate malaria infection from the Solomon Islands. Distinguished guests, despite these many health systems and other challenging issues prevailing in our country, the Solomon Islands government, through the Ministry of Health and Medical Services, reaffirms its commitment with using a whole of government, whole of society, with a call for support from our development and technical partners, working together to make the gains, achievements towards 2030 elimination targets. In closing, may I take this opportunity to sincerely thank the Asia-Pacific Leaders Malaria Alliance for implementing a very significant but strategic platform for the region by which regional health ministers can assemble as we are today to share experiences and challenges. This is a rare opportunity for us to regroup, renew our commitments, and carefully strategize to efficiently utilize our limited resources and capabilities to achieve the noble cause of eliminating malaria by 2030. I would also like to extend my sincere gratitude to the Government of Australia for supporting the Asia Pacific Leaders Malaria Alliance platform. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the Government of Solomon Islands is fully committed to the goal of making the country and the region malaria-free for us and that of our future generation to flourish. And I am positive that all our leaders present today share the same sentiment. We are in this journey together, and together with our key strategic partners, we are aiming to achieve a malaria-free region, because if we do, we can deliver the region we all dream of, a region of free malaria. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you once again for your attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Excellency, for sharing with us the progress in your country, the existing interventions, and your further commitment towards zero malaria. And ladies and gentlemen, Solomon Islands would like to further extend, present a special gift to the Government of India. That's from their side a token of gratitude, appreciation to the Government of India for hosting here. So may I request our respected Secretary, Sir, Shri Rajesh Bhushanji, to kindly accept this special gift from Solomon Islands. Thanking everyone from Solomon Islands for the very gracious gift to India. Thank you. Thank you once again to Solomon Islands. Thank you. And now may I request Excellency Dr. Antonio Lalabalau, the Honourable Minister of Health and Medical Services, Republic of Fiji, for his address.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. I am indeed honored to be invited to this Asia Pacific Leaders Conclave on Malaria Elimination and to be part of this high-level meeting discussing malaria elimination within the Asia Pacific region. Ladies and gentlemen, I recognize the experts in this forum, and I'm here to learn as much as possible and to give a perspective from a small island state in the Pacific. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, malaria is not present in Fiji. We do not have any malarial vectors, Anopheles mosquitoes, but rather we have a disease which has been imported by our nationals who have traveled to malarial countries and got bitten by the malarial vectors. It has been a struggle in trying to keep Fiji malaria-free. It is one of the most tourist destinations in the Pacific, and in-flight cargo ships continue to visit our shores frequently. Most Pacific Island countries are located in the tropics, where there is an abundance of mosquitoes with the potential to carry debilitating or life-threatening vector-borne diseases. 3 Melanesian countries in which malaria is endemic are Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands, and Vanuatu. But the threat posed by the spread of malaria gives us issues of a broader significance to the Pacific region. Although the disease was nearly eradicated in the Pacific in the 1970s, it is no longer in retreat. There is a need for prompt and concerted action on malaria at the national, regional, and international levels if the public health concerns arising from the disease are to be adequately addressed. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, the Pacific Plan, which was adopted by the leaders of the 16 Pacific Island countries in 2005, is a roadmap for strengthening regional cooperation. The plan aims to promote sustainable development in parts through improving the health of the Pacific population. Although the plan specifically identifies the importance of controlling non-communicable disease and one communicable disease, dengue, notably absent from the implementation strategies any reference to malaria, which continues to have a deleterious effect on the health and well-being of some Pacific population. The geographical distribution of malaria in the Pacific is closely linked to the distribution of the Anopheles vectors that transmits the parasite. There is no malaria in the Polynesian group of countries. There is no malaria as well in Micronesian countries. However, a vector survey conducted by the US Navy revealed that Anopheles mosquito was present on the island of Guam. For a country without malaria, I am able to share experience about vector control, in particular dengue, which can equally be applied for malaria. Vector control is highly effective. I'm sure you all know this. It's a way to reduce malarial transmission, and it is a vital component of malaria control and elimination strategies. WHO currently recommends deployment of either insecticide-treated nets, ITNs, or indoor residual spraying for malarial vector control in most areas at risk of malaria. In the Fiji context, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, our environmental health officers are mandated to carry out vector surveillances and control throughout the year. These exercises involve the collection of larval samples for mosquitoes for identification. While much emphasis is focused on dengue vectors, very little or no focus is done in the surveillance of Anopheles mosquitoes or its larvae, since we don't have the disease. Fiji has a legislation, a Quarantine Act, which stipulates the means of prevention of malaria into our country. It is also mandated for our health and environmental health officers to play a lead role in such prevention. I believe that most of you sitting here may have experienced this exercise. So, while you travel into Fiji from the malarious countries, as soon as your plane stops at the aero bridge, the first officers that will enter the plane are our environmental health officers, which they chemical sprays. They will close the plane and hold it for 5 minutes while they carry out spraying inside, and the plane while passengers are still inside. The main aim of that exercise is to kill any malarial vector which may have accidentally jumped into the plane and may have taken a free ride to Fiji. Once all the holes inside the planes are carefully sprayed, the environmental health officers will then wait for 5 minutes, which the plane is allowed to open for passengers to disembark. But we also do programs for shipping as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, there is a need for an urgent and concerted effort for malaria elimination and tolerance to eradication on longer term at the national, regional, and international level. There is urgency in meeting malaria SDG target 3.3 by 2030 to end epidemics of AIDS, TB, malaria, and neglected tropical diseases, and combat hepatitis, waterborne disease, and other communicable disease. No size fits all in determining the array of control of tools. Therefore, countries must approach with a mix of available tools tailored to local context for maximum benefit. This is more so for PNG, Solomon Islands, Vanuatu, and other Pacific Island countries. Should not be complacent, given the recent example of introduction of Anopheles mosquito into New Caledonia. So I call upon all of us to evaluate our current eradication and elimination plans, strengthen malarial surveillance and information management to inform decision-making and planning, strengthen community engagement and education that properly aligns to cultures, values, and beliefs, seek support of experts and partners, continue to seek financial support and assistance through its resource mobilization efforts at national and international level, support development of new vaccines and tools through research and development to ensure adequate supplies of appropriate vaccines to small island developing states such as Pacific Island country states. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, malaria elimination needs the leveraging of all experience gained through the COVID-19 pandemic. It is my hope that we leave one behind in our malaria elimination. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency, for sharing with us this very impressive journey and interventions which your government has been taking towards a malaria-free Fiji. Thank you. May I now request, in fact, we have a recorded message from Excellency Dr. Dante Saxono Harbono, the Honorable Vice. If you can play the message, please.
Excellency, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen. Since French army doctors of Conclave discovered the parasite that causes malaria 142 years ago, the disease has rapidly spread across our world. Today, malaria has infected 1/4 of the world population, which is 4 times the size of the COVID pandemic. Including Indonesia, which has fought a long battle against malaria and ranked second and as the country with highest new cases in Southeast Asia region. This must be changed. Our goal is to eradicate this disease by the years 2030. Excellency, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen. Recently, Indonesia has made huge progress in bringing down the burden of malaria despite the disruption of malaria services due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Most of Indonesia shall continue with progress toward malaria elimination, with about 72% of Indonesians. 515 districts and municipalities have achieved cessation in indigenous transmission of malaria as certified by the Ministry of Health. Excellency, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, majority of malaria burden in Indonesia come from the province of Papua, the eastern side of Indonesia. In 2022, 93% of Indonesia malaria cases come from Papua. Uneven distribution of malaria throughout Indonesia goes to show that the effort to eliminate malaria will require intensified focus on last mile population, the vulnerable community living in the forest, fringes bordering, and hard-to-reach areas. Also, it will require the concerns of effort from the whole of government, the Ministry of Health, and the whole society to eliminate malaria by making approach that reflect the contact of the community and strong commitment from leader all the way from the head of the state to the head of the village. Currently, our ongoing effort focus on accelerating malaria elimination concentrated in Papua, Sumba, and East Kalimantan, with specific intervention such as mass death net campaigns, mass drug administration in selected districts, and specific approach for migrant mobile population. Excellency, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, the government of Indonesia is fully committed to support the effort needed on accelerating malaria burden reduction and looking forward to work together on achieving Asia Pacific free from malaria. On behalf of the Ministry of Health, I would like to thank Embassy of India in partnership with Asia Pacific Leader Malaria Alliance, APMA, for hosting this prestigious meeting. I would also like to express my gratitude and respect to the host and significant colleagues from the APMA member country, as well as other distinguished guests. Let us work together to create safer life for our people and world free from malaria. Like an old proverb said, if you want to go far, always go together. I thank you.
Thank you to the Honourable Vice Minister of Indonesia for his commitment and message. Our next esteemed speaker is Excellency Dr. Jaleha Binti Mustafa, the Honourable Minister of Health, Malaysia. Once again, we have the recorded message.
Malaysia would like to thank the Government of India and the Asia Pacific Leaders Malaria Alliance, APMA, for inviting Malaysia to address the Asia Pacific leaders that are gathered here today. Malaysia would also like to thank APMA for arranging this special video session, as Malaysia is unable to attend the meeting in person due to prior commitments. Malaysia has achieved zero indigenous human malaria for 5 consecutive years since 2018. Besides China, Malaysia has achieved the E2020 targets that was envisioned by the World Health Organization's Global Malaria Elimination Program, GMP. During the pandemic, Malaysia's malaria program remained resilient and has successfully moved into the next phase of prevention of malaria re-establishment, POR, in line with the WHO and GMP recommendation. Most of the malaria activities were harmonized with the movement control order that was implemented. The government ensured that key malaria activities and commodities such as malaria diagnostic, treatment, disease surveillance, outbreak management system, and long-lasting insecticidal net distribution were uninterrupted. Currently, Malaysia is working with the GMEP and WHO's Western Pacific Regional Office on strategies to mitigate the ongoing transmission of zoonotic malaria and bring down the risk of transmission to a negligible level so that the certifications of malaria elimination could be granted to Malaysia as soon as possible. Moving forward, Malaysia looks forward to new elements within the certifications of elimination process by WHO and hopes that the malaria elimination process reaches the new milestones in the near future. Lastly, we hope to see everyone at the next event. Thank you and have a pleasant day.
Once again, another inspirational journey and work, the message coming from Malaysia. And now requesting Dr. R. Lal Tanyana, the Honourable Minister of Health and Family Welfare of Mizoram Government of India, for his address.
The Honorable Union Minister, Dr. Mansukh, is not here at the moment, but and Dr. Vinod Paul, the Honorable Member of the National Institution for Transforming India, we call NITI-Aayog, is a dynamic and very, very eminent scholar in health. And Honorable Chief Minister of Tripura, and Honorable Ministers from Solomon Island, Government of Solomon Island, and Honorable Minister of Republic of Fiji, and Honorable Vice Minister of Health, Republic of Indonesia, and Honorable Health Minister of Malaysia, and Dr. Reza Hussain, our beloved Union Secretary for Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, Dr. Sarthak Dust, CEO, Asian Pacific Leader, Malaria Alliance, and Dr. Punam, Regional Director of World Health Organization, South Asian region. Dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, I say a very good morning to all of you. This is my first opportunity to address. I'm extremely grateful for your invitation to attend and to address for a short while, my first opportunity of this golden, forum. I'm really, really grateful. I am the senior most health minister in India. I'm completing my 6 terms in my capacity. And maybe because of that I have been invited this morning to address. But in fact, I am not a health. But I'm not like a medical doctor. In fact, I'm a professor in the university, recently retired. Anyway, this is really a golden opportunity for me, like the Conclave, to address the issue, particularly about, malaria. In Mizoram, I just would like to introduce the state of Mizoram, that it's the most peaceful state in India. Okay? Most peaceful state in India. No insurgency, no terrorism, free from domestic, violence. This is a state where you should definitely, come. And the second most literate state in India, next to Kerala. I was education minister for 8 years during 1990 to 2008. And I tried to defeat the state of Kerala in the level of literacy, but it's now difficult. But the day may come when we may defeat the state of Kerala. If they are here, please excuse me, but it is my political will. Okay? And a land predominantly dominated by Christians, more than 90% Christian state, and a land of golden opportunities for agriculture, horticulture, and many other, economic activities can be taken up. And I'm very happy that Dr. Vinod Paul, capacity, you will be coming on 15th of next month with a good team, okay? We very much welcome once again. And not only that, it's the best performing state in India during the dreaded COVID-19 period, we have done a very, very remarkable, performance, and a state having the lowest IMR. IMR means infant mortality in the country, which stood at 3 out of 1,000. You may like to congratulate me. And not only that, the Niti Aayog has recently ranked my beloved state, Mizoram, number 1. Sir, the first ranking question, we are in the top in terms of health outcomes in India among the small states in India every year since 2017 to 18, continuously. This is what the achievement we have. And what I would like to mention this morning is very different. We appreciate your initiative for elimination of malaria, but malaria cases is not actually negligible, but we lost only 10 to 15 lives during the last 2 years in Mizoram. But whereas I would like to make the statement that COVID-19 caused and killed the lives of more than 65 lakhs of places like in the world. This is very, very unfortunate. And not only that, I would like to make a statement that, in our state like Mizoram, and may not be only in a state, but in other parts of the country even, that the death caused by stroke, heart attack, is really, really amazing. I really wondered. Even the young people, the age of 18 to 35, are not spared by stroke and heart attack. And not only that, we lost many lives due to cancer, diabetes, and some other serious illness. This is, in civil society, this is the scenario. I don't know what happened in Malaysia, Fuji, and Indonesia and other parts of the world, but in India, particularly in Northeast, this is really a big issue which we should not spare out. We should address. So in the presence of the regional director of WHO is here, I would like to mention this. Let us not address only, malaria. Malaria may be a minor issue, but in fact, this is a good approach that we should eliminate malaria by 2030. I fully supported, 110% support, okay, for my state. We will definitely wait. The day will come that we will eliminate malaria. But at the same time, we should not forget to address other serious issues apart from malaria. That's what I would like to point out this morning. This is really important. And lastly, but not the least, I really appreciate once again the initiative taken by the, Asian Pacific leaders Conclave on malaria, the organizers, and this, people who are seriously involved in this. And at the same time, what I would like to mention in the presence of my beloved colleagues, particularly coming from abroad, is that the bureaucrats, the government machineries level, they will definitely take serious initiative at all levels. But what is really important is the political will. This is really important. Political will. If we have the political will, there is nothing impossible. Impossible is the word which is found in the dictionary of food. Am I right? So we should definitely weigh out malaria. Not only that, please note that the serious initiative which need to be addressed at other levels is really important, and particularly I would like to request the WHO to take up this issue: stroke, heart attack, cancer, and many other issues. This is the right opportunity and the right forum that we should not stop of holding this kind of, this should not be the last meeting. I would like to request the authority to take up other issues relating to, apart from malaria. And thank you so much, and I hope that the deliberation and the discussion and the technical session that we are having in the afternoon will definitely enhance the knowledge, and not only that, followed the action. Thank you so much once again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the address from the Honorable Chief Minister of Tripura, another beautiful state of India, which is one of the 7 sister states of India. Tripura, inviting the Honorable Chief Minister, Professor Dr. Manik Sahib.
Namaskar and good morning to all. In this August gatherings of Asia Pacific Leaders Conclave on Malaria Elimination 2023, hosted by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, in partnership with Asia Pacific Leaders Malaria Alliance. On dais, Honorable Dr. Althangli Anna, Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Department, Government of Mizoram, Honorable Dr. Antonio Lala Balabu, Minister of Health and Medical Service, Republic of Fiji, Honorable Dr. Pulik Thungama, Minister of Health and Family Services, Solomon Island Government, Sri Rajesh Bhushan, Secretary, Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, Dr. Poonam Khetapal Singh, Regional Director, World Health Organization, Southeast Asia Region, and Dr. Sartun Das, CEO, Asia Pacific Leaders Malaria Alliance, and Sri Rajiv Maji, Joint Secretary, Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, and of dais, all the special dignitaries and ladies and gentlemen. I am an oral and maxillofacial surgeon, so I was a teacher in a medical college. My journey starts in politics from 2016. I was the president of my party in the state. Then I have been elected for Rajya Sabha MP. Then only for 3 days I was in Rajya Sabha. First day I took the oath. Second day I participated in one discussion. Third day Rajya Sabha was adjourned. And then I came back to my state and I became Chief Minister. That was my journey. Second time I worked. That was my first time and second time Chief Minister of Tripura. Tripura is one of the smallest states of northeastern region, that is Ashtalakshmi of India. The total population presently is about 40 lakhs only. It has got 8 districts, out of which 1 or 2 districts is prone for malaria. In the year 2014, we had experienced a devastating outbreak of malaria, where 51,240 persons were detected with malaria, and 96 valuable lives were lost. Screening for blood sample was only 6.8% at that time, and sample positivity rate was 15.7%. In 2016, 32,525 persons were detected with malaria and 14 persons died. Screening for blood sample was only 11.7% of population at that time, and sample positivity rate was 7.2%. Since then, we have gradually scaled up by screening, which has now increased to 22.15% in 2022, which is almost double than that of 2016. Number of cases came down to 12,771 cases, being 1/4 than that in 2014, and sample positivity rate came down to 0.23% in 2022. As for strategies such as distribution of 10.06 lakh long-lasting this insecticide-treated bed nets in 2015-16, 1.80 lakhs in 2018-19, and 9.25 lakh in 2019-20 was done. Another 1.80 lakhs are available and ready to be distributed in 2023-24. 9.25 lakhs are expected to be supplied in 2024 to cover the targeted population. As per the latest drug policy, drugs like artemether and lumefantrine for PF malaria are being used with primaquine for 3 days by the state. For PV malaria, chloroquine for 3 days being used, and primaquine for 14 days is being used for eradication of parasite in PV malaria. The severe and complicated cases are being treated with injection, artesunate, and for pregnant women, quinine sulfate tablet is being used orally and quinine injection is being used. As for measures, vector control measures are being taken up in the form of larvicidal fish, then Tamiflu spray, and awareness activities are carried out on all over the state with focus to endemic areas through various activities such as the community awareness meetings, intersectoral convergence meetings, and school awareness programs for reaching the vulnerable population and most effectively delivering the message. With all around support from the Government of India Global Fund through National Vector-Borne Disease Control Program, technical support from all the scientific organizations like ICMR, we are better equipped because we are now having around 3 cases per 1,000 population with a cure rate of almost 100%. With a robust primary health care system in the state of Tripura, having 104 primary health centers, 1,018 sub-centers upgraded to health and wellness center with presence of almost 1 sub-centers in every village, and 7,728 Asha Karmi, that is sisters in the state. We have a very close access to the community residing in the far-flung areas. Under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, with an all-round development of health sector, strengthening of block-level laboratory, surveillance systems, and upscaling of tertiary care level through Pradhan Mantri Ayushman Bharat Health Infrastructure Mission, we are now in a position to envision to the elimination of malaria in Tripura too. I sincerely believe that with the intensified effort, we can definitely achieve malaria elimination in line with national timeline of malaria elimination by 2027 by achieving a target of 0 indigenous malaria cases in Tripura. With warm regards, I extend my sincere thanks to you all, and special thanks to Honorable Union Minister of India, Health and Family Welfare, Sri Mansukh Mandaviya ji. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you very much, sir. In fact, we thank all our distinguished guests of honor for sharing with us their very focused approach and efforts which they have been taking towards ending malaria in their region. And